Hello again. Well, my next guest is a former guitarist and vocalist with the iconic English band, the Electric Light Orchestra, who were top of the charts in the 70s and 80s with hits like Mr. Blue Sky, Don't Bring Me Down and Sweet Talking Woman, to name but a few. And now Dave Scott Morgan has just released his latest album, 7. Thank you so much indeed for joining me, young man.
Thank you, Pamela.
Now, 7 is quite a significant number for you, not only being lucky 7, but it's a sort of significant number, particularly this year too.
Yeah, seven's a number that's got a lot of good press about it, and it's a perfect number, and it's my 7th decade. In fact, I've just turned 77, and all of those reasons combined kind of to make me call this record 7. Oh, and it's my 7th CD as well. So.
And the 7th CD, and who is playing on the album with you? Because we're going to hear a track at the end of the programme. Are these all new artists or new performers with you? Or
they're my pals and my group, my little group organisation, and they help me make my music. And but on this record, one of the tracks is produced by a guy named Tony Clarkin, who's the guitarist with Magnum, the heavy metal group. I used to be in Magnum, and I asked him to produce the track. In fact, it's the track we're going to do today. It's the Gates of Eternity. That's Tony Clarkin produced that one. Would you believe Carl Wayne is singing on one of them? Carl Wayne, who died in 2004 because he worked on a demo of the song many years ago in my front room, and so I've sneaked him in the last minute of the record. The demo comes in of one of the records. On another one of the songs on the album, Richard Tandy's playing piano out of ELO, Richard Tandy. So, but apart from those 3 instances, the rest of it is just me and my pals in organisation.
But that must be lovely, actually, playing with your pals. And what was it like in the good old days playing with ELO as well? Because I know record companies had an awful lot to play at the time. But what was it, just like a bunch of lads who are producing really good music going out on the road? Well,
I knew ELO before they became famous, and then when they were mega famous in 1981, I got to join them for the next 5 years for touring and making records and stuff. So so they were already up there when I joined them. In fact, that was a great gig to get, for me, and we had a lot of fun together because we were old pals from way back in Birmingham.
Because it was very much. I mean, Birmingham had a tremendous music scene. There were so many bands and so many top guys came from Birmingham.
Absolutely, yes, there is, yeah.
And still to this day, there seem to be a fair few as well. Is there a good underground music scene in Birmingham, or what do you think it was the secret back then?
Underground. It was a bit like Liverpool, but it wasn't as iconic as Liverpool at the time. It's called the Brumbeat era, but like Steve Winwood, Black Sabbath, the Moody Blues, of course ELO, and Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant came from Birmingham. I don't know about the other guys. Oh, John Bonham, he came from Birmingham too. So there you go. That's 2/3 of Led Zeppelin. So yeah, so a lot of folk. We were just all hanging out together really at the time.
And was there a good club scene?
Yes.
And that's very important when you want to produce music.
It was very important in terms of, we used to hang out at a club called the Cedar Club, and you'd go in there and you'd see the Move when they first started. That became a big group. Jeff Lynne and the Idle Race, he'd be there. I don't know. You'd go in there and all these groups who are now famous names, they'd all be just playing there.
And you've got, as I say, this is 7 has come out.
Yes.
Will there be 8?
No, I don't think so. 7's a...
Come on, you've got an 8 decade coming up.
Number, is it? Let's face it.
But it's the 8 is the eternal. It's the eternal symbol.
Now you see.
You see.
You've got a job in the record business. That's a good idea. You hear that?
And what about gigs? Are you going to be performing?
Yes, we're doing a few gigs as an organisation, but as a matter of fact, we're not doing so many in the next 2 months because we've got a big show coming up in Birmingham. We're doing an orchestral presentation of a record that myself and Richard Tandy of ELO.
Well, we shall watch this space. Thank you so much indeed. You're going to be playing Gates of Eternity at the end of the programme. Yeah. Dave, absolute pleasure to meet you. Here is Dave Scott Morgan with Gates of Eternity. Have a lovely evening and good night.
standing here at the gates, face to face, just hoping the scene is a dream, but I know it ain't, 'cause they ask me why. Why is it a secret? But it ain't no secret, no, 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 no. It was read, it was read, it was spoken, it was said, held high up on a notice board, underlined in red. Here at the gates of eternity. Watching the people go by, my oh my, faces like flint. There's no telling what they think, but they ask me why. Why is it a secret? But it ain't no secret, no, 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 no. It was read, it was read, it was spoken, it was said, held high up on a notice board, underlined in red. Here at the gates of eternity. Here at the gates of eternity. Here at the gates of eternity. Eternity. Oh, 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 oh. Brothers and lovers and givers and takers, and all of them looking at me. Looking at me, looking at me. Here at the gates of eternity, yeah. Here at the gates of eternity, yeah. Here at the gates of eternity. Here at the gates of eternity. Here at the gates of eternity.